Welcome to The Deep Dive, the show where we really try to cut through all the noise and deliver the key insights from, well, just the massive amount of information out there. Today, we're jumping into the, incredibly fast-paced world of tech and AI. Things are moving so quickly, it's easy to feel a bit left behind, honestly. But our mission here in this deep dive is to help you get up to speed quickly on the breakthroughs and trends that are, really shaping what's next. And our sources today, they give us this fascinating snapshot of just how fast technology is changing. We're talking about powerful new AI capabilities, the big strategic moves by the tech giants, and even some, well, surprising ways it's hitting society already. It's about getting to those core insights.
Yeah, and understanding this stuff isn't just about knowing the latest features or company names. It's more about seeing how it all connects. What does it actually mean for, say, your job or daily life or even for, fundamental science? We want to help connect those dots.
Okay, let's kick off with something pretty incredible. AI getting these new superpowers. It's moving beyond just conversation to actually building things. Let's start with Anthropic's Claude AI chatbot. They've just added this feature where users can build AI-powered apps right inside the chat. This builds on their artifacts feature, so you don't just tell Claude what you want. You can actually see it, interact with it right there. Think about things like AI games or learning tools, data analysis apps, writing assistants, even complex workflows. Apparently, there's a demo video out there showing it. But what's the real the disruptive thing here? Does this actually change who gets to be a builder now?
Well, that's exactly it. What's really compelling about artifacts is that direct interaction. It gives the user so much more agency. Before, you'd get maybe some code, then you'd have to take it somewhere else, figure it out. Now the AI is like a co-creator right there with you. So yeah, this could absolutely democratize app development, make it accessible for people without traditional coding skills. It lowers that barrier, Turning an idea into something functional gets way easier, could spark a lot of new stuff.
That does sound like a huge shift. And speaking of massive shifts, here's where things get, well, really profound. Google DeepMind. And their, frankly, audacious claim about solving one of the biggest problems in math, the Navier-Stokes equations. This is one of the 7 Millennium Prize problems, right? There's a $1 million prize for it. And it's not new. It goes back to the 19th century. Brilliant minds have spent lifetimes on this. Now, you have Javier Gomez-Serrano, a mathematician, and the DeepMind team saying AI will crack it soon. It's almost hard to believe. What does that tell us about the kind of problems AI can tackle? Is it just different from how humans think about these things?
Right. It's way bigger than the prize money. It really highlights AI's potential in, fundamental science. It's just AI might be able to handle problems that are just beyond human computation or maybe even our intuition. Humans, we come at these things with established math, intuition built over time. AI can just explore vast possibilities, find patterns we'd never see. If it can solve Navier-Stokes, think about the impact on fluid dynamics, physics, engineering. It could speed things up dramatically.
And sticking with that theme, accelerating discovery, but in a totally different field. Well, another big AI application, DeepMind again, actually. It's called AlphaGenome. So AlphaGenome is this new model for DNA sequences. It can handle up to 1 million DNA letters, apparently, and the promise is huge, shedding new light on how our genome actually works. It predicts how tiny changes, mutations in our DNA affect how genes are regulated, the potential impact. Understanding diseases better, driving new discoveries, new treatments. It's even available via API for research. You can just imagine what this means for personalized medicine, right? Understanding diseases at that level.
It's a remarkable leap, truly. Pinpointing the effect of these tiny genetic variations used to be incredibly hard, so time-consuming. AlphaGenome offers a systematic, high-throughput way to do it. Gives researchers a much clearer map. It basically changes the speed and scale for finding potential drug targets. We're talking about accelerating drug discovery, maybe finding ways to treat complex genetic diseases we couldn't before.
Okay, so we've seen AI building things, solving potentially huge problems, transforming research. But who is actually building all this, and what are the stakes? Let's shift focus a bit to the intense competition between the companies driving all this, starting with Meta. They're being really aggressive with hiring AI talent. Yeah, reports say Meta is on this major recruiting drive, with Mark Zuckerberg personally involved. They just poached 3 key researchers from OpenAI, Lucas Bayer, Alexander Kolesnikov, Xiao Zai. These guys worked together at DeepMind before, even set up OpenAI's Zurich office. And another big hire, Trapit Bansal, who worked on OpenAI's first reasoning model. There are even rumors, whispers, of $100 million sign-on bonuses. Plus, Meta plans to spend up to $65 billion on capital expenditures this year, mostly for AI. This is like a full-on talent war, What does that concentration of talent and money actually mean?
Well, what's fascinating isn't just the dollar figures, though they are staggering, it's the strategic play. These aren't just any engineers, they're foundational people, leaders who've built cutting edge models. Grabbing them gives Meta a huge boost, accelerates their own roadmap, lets them compete right at the top. This kind of concentration, yeah, it definitely impacts who shapes the future of AI. It gives certain companies a massive edge. Almost feels like a zero sum game for the top minds.
Really high stakes, clearly. And broadening out, there's this recent VC analysis looking at the whole foundation model landscape. Gives us more context. Get this, 1 in 8 workers globally are apparently using AI monthly already. That's huge. It's happened so quietly. It also says training these top-tier frontier models costs maybe $500 million now. But here's the kicker. Most of them are surpassed within about 3 weeks. Think about that. $500 million, and it's potentially old news in less than a month. Wow. But despite that, revenue growth is unprecedented. Some startups going from 0 to $20 million in like 60 days. And the report points to reasoning models as the next big thing, even predicting AGI, artificial general intelligence, within 3 years. That 1 in 8 number, that feels like it's already changing things fundamentally, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That 1 in 8 figure isn't just a stat. It really signals this quiet rewiring of the global workforce that's happening right now. The real question isn't just adoption. It's what does work even look like in 5 or 10 years? Are we getting education ready? What skills matter? And that rapid obsolescence, $500 million outdated in weeks. It just means this relentless, intense race, no resting. The AGI prediction, I mean, it's speculative, of course, lots of debate there, but it shows the massive optimism or maybe anxiety in the investment world about where this is all heading. A belief we're on the edge of something truly transformative.
Which brings us neatly to our final segment, the critical view, really, the challenges, the future landscape. Because AI is doing amazing things, but it's also raising some really serious questions. Let's start with a warning from Pete Buttigieg. He wrote this Substack post arguing America is dangerously unprepared for AI. His point is that AI will reshape work, wealth, citizenship faster than a student goes through high school. And he notes that neither Trump nor the Democrats have really laid out clear AI policies. He thinks it'll be the #1 challenge for world leaders. It really highlights the urgency, doesn't it? It's not just tech toys. It's national strategy, future readiness. Suggests we're, playing catch-up.
That perspective really underlines a key issue. Technology just moves faster than governance, often. But Eag's warning, it's basically a call for proactive policy. Without some kind of framework, you risk all sorts of unintended consequences, jobs, social structures, even geopolitics. It's pushing leaders to think ahead, prepare, not just react after the fact, which is, well, often what happens.
Absolutely. And shifting to something more practical, but still pretty thorny, legal challenges around AI copyright. So a U.S. court recently ruled Meta using copyrighted books for training was fair use. Anthropic won a similar case just days before. Now, that sounds like a big win for AI companies, right? But there's a catch. Both judges specifically said the cases were limited. They basically said the plaintiffs argued it wrong, didn't prove market harm properly. So it's not a free pass for AI training. What does fair use even mean now, with AI needing these huge data sets? And in response, you've got Creative Commons launching CC signals. It lets creators define machine usage for their content, trying to stop AI scraping. It's a real push and pull.
Yeah, the legal side is super complex right now. And these rulings show how much the specific arguments and evidence matter in court. It wasn't a broad AI can use anything ruling. It was more like, these specific lawsuits didn't manage to show direct harm or clear infringement as presented. Definitely leaves the door open for different arguments later. And Creative Commons stepping in with tools like CC signals, that clearly shows there's a need for more fine-grained control for creators in this AI era. Traditional copyright might not quite fit how AI uses content, so creators need new ways to manage it.
Okay, and finally, let's end on something maybe a bit lighter, but still kind of concerning. An everyday example of AI downsides, AI sloth, and fake plants. Yeah, The Verge reported on this. Apparently, AI is messing with houseplant enthusiasts. Scammers are using AI to generate pictures of plants that don't even exist to sell fake seeds. And apparently, AI can give you some pretty bad advice for taking care of your actual plants, too. It's a funny little anecdote, maybe, but it points to a serious issue, right? This flood of fake or just plain wrong AI content if you can't trust AI about your flowers.
It does raise that question about media literacy, doesn't it? And just needing to be more critical about everything online now. This fake plant example, it seems small, but it shows how easily AI can create convincing falsehoods about almost anything. It really puts the onus on all of us, as individuals, to be more discerning, to question what we see online, even if it seems harmless, like plant care advice. Trust in digital info is getting pretty fragile. We all need better filters.
Wow, what a range we covered today. From AI building apps, tackling huge math problems, understanding our DNA, to the intense talent wars, the massive investments, but also these critical warnings about being prepared, the legal fights, and even, fake plant scams. Keeping up with this stuff, it feels less like a curiosity and more like a necessity now.
Absolutely. You have this convergence of rapid tech development, fierce competition, and all these emerging societal ethical questions. We really are at an inflection point. The sheer speed means we have to actively engage with what it all means, the good and the bad, for our collective future.
Yeah, exactly. So as AI keeps building, solving, reshaping everything, what responsibility do we have to really get our heads around its impact? Both the amazing possibilities and the potential downsides in our daily lives and society itself. It's a deep dive that honestly feels like it never truly ends.